What is this thing I found in an old house, along with lots of old maritime artifacts? The dial has a rotating pad-eye attachment in the back of it. The propeller-looking thing has angled blades. What is it called and how was it used? That's a Walker's cherub ship log. This instrument is a recorder for determining the distance traveled, and thus ship speed. Thomas Ferdinand Walker first patented the cherub log in 1878. It was one of the first logs in which the recorder was placed on board the ship, rather than being part of the rotor. This type of log was often called a taffrail log. The recorder would have been connected to a rotor that was towed behind the ship. The revolutions of the rotor registered on the indicator, thus measuring the distance traveled. What is this, some sort of spinning bell apparatus with a wooden base? A friend picked this up at a yard sale. She has no clue what it is, and neither do I. The top part spins and rings the bells. It's in rough shape, and the base is rough unpolished wood. I can't hang it as I originally thought it was a fancy wind chime. I think it's brass. But it's aged and hard to determine. The label on the bottom of the unit has been ripped off. Any help in identifying this thing would be greatly appreciated. It's a Carriage horse saddle bells from the 1910s. It's missing the third bell on top. You would remove the turrets off of the back pad, put the bells on, and then put your turret right back on. When you would go out on a cold Christmas day in the sleigh, the sound of it is just breathtaking. What is this wooden box about 8 inches long by 2 inches wide, with a lid that swings out and snaps closed? The curved indentation running the length of the lid is covered in felt. The round metal clasp can be opened to attach it to something cylindrical. It's stamped Forsyth Manufacturing Company, Buffalo, New York. I found it in a local thrift store. Any ideas? Forsyth made bicycles and accessories. I suspect it's a device to attach to an old bicycle to hold tools, perhaps a tire repair kit. I found a bicycle tire repair kit from the late 1800s. It's tubular and about 5.25 inches long. It would fit well into this box. What is this metal attachment with a typewriter on the bottom that includes what appear to be lenses you look into, mirrors on the top, dials with triangles, and X and Y on them? I found it in a second-hand shop. I have no idea how old, maybe from the 60s or 70s. There's a label that says Antares Little Star on it. It looked very heavy, and when I shook it gently it was definitely attached to the typewriter. What is this thing? It's an old Delft scanning stereoscope circa 1956. This type of military-grade stereoscope was used by photographic interpreters, for example intelligence analysts, to view 3D stereoscopic images captured by airborne cameras and spy satellites. Probably the typewriter was used to type up notes on the observations they were making. Or maybe the shop just noticed the typewriter fit on the stand and decided it would sell for more that way. What is this long silver bar with writing on its sides? I believe the bar might have some significance to Hmong culture, so it is important for me to mention that this is a silver bar gifted to me by my Hmong relatives after a Hmong funeral was held for a family member who passed. As for the writing on the bar, I am unsure what language it might be, but if I had to guess it is related to Hmong culture. That is all I know about this bar. Any ideas? It's a silver bar called bridge money, given to a Hmong bride by her parents when she gets married. It can also be given as gifts or used for funerals. This tradition came from my ancestors in China and Laos for thousands of years. My mom told me that it brings good fortune and wealth to the couple. It's a very valuable artifact that the Hmong have been holding on for many generations and moving forward. What is this thing used to be used in World War I? But we've got no clue what it was meant for. It looks like an earwax scoop, but this specific one looks to be too large for that purpose. This is from a large lot of Hungarian medical items that are believed to be from World War I. A couple of packets of gauze amongst the tools were stamped with dates from during this time, so I think it's very possible this is from that era. Any ideas? It's a curette, a medical instrument used for scraping away tissue, for example removing certain skin lesions, or removing dead tissue from a wound. They are still used today. I had a smaller one used on the inside of my eyelid to remove part of an infection. I found this on my partner's grandma's kitchen shelf, and they have no clue what exactly it is for. It's around 14 centimeters tall, and the handles are 15 centimeters wide. It's marked RPM at the bottom. They suggest an apple press because using it on something hard might damage the ceramic. Any ideas? It's a rare porcelain screw-type nutcracker made in Germany in the mid-19th century by a maker called Hmong. Nutcrackers are rather rare to begin with in this style, but the marked Meissen ones are almost impossible to find. What is this metal bowl-shaped thing with a hollow handle or a spout? It was found at my grandma's house, and no one in my family has been able to find more information about it. The pictures include a banana for scale. What is it for? It's part of an old milk separator from the early 19th century. This should be from a 1912 hand-cranked model. Specifically, this is the top layer. It will have a second layer with another spout that sends the cream to one pail and the milk to another. They had a bell that as you spun it, the bell would indicate if you were running fast enough to ensure optimal separation. Growing up, I had to wash the whole setup daily after evening milking. What is this metal square about 1 inch by 1 inch with 5s written on it? About the weight of a quarter, and both sides are identical. A friend found it while metal detecting. Any ideas? It's a pennyweight from the early 20th century. It was a unit of mass that was equal in weight to 20 grains, 1/20th of an ounce, and 1/240th of a troy pound. It is abbreviated as DWT, with the D standing for denarius, an ancient Roman coin later used as the symbol of the pre-decimalization British penny. Pennyweights were and are used in the weighing of precious metals, and are still used by dentists in the measurement of the metal used in dental crowns, etc. What is this instrument I found at Goodwill today? There is writing on the front, a piece of Velcro on the back, and a tiny hole near the top. It's a bit old and dusty, and the strings are metal. Any idea what it is called? It's a door harp. It goes on the door and chimes when people come in if it wasn't tangled. The word means welcome in Swedish. The door harp originated in Scandinavia, primarily in Sweden, but also in Norway and Denmark, and has evolved over at least 3 centuries. Some estimate these ornaments have been made for as long as 700 years, and derived from a few styles of Chinese stringed instruments. What is this glass sphere filled with water? A magnifying glass, and a candle, all on a metal stand. The candle holder can be raised and lowered. The magnifying glass can rotate on the horizontal axis, and all 3 elements can move and rotate relative to each other. It doesn't belong to me, but it lives in a room where it never gets direct sun. I can't find anything that gives an explanation of what it would be for or how it would be used. Is it just decorative or does it have some practical purpose? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.